Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I thought I'd show you some of my more of my Batman books. I showed you earlier some of the archive editions. This is actually one of the first archive reprints of Batman. This was published in 1971, and it features many of the major Batman stories that appeared between 19 well, from the very first, from 1939, so 1941 to 1971. Features a dedication from Carmine Infantino, an introduction by E. Nelson Bridwell, and copyright date 1971. So this features some of the major stories, including the origin issue, the first appearance, cover of number 1, some of the major covers. Beautiful book, actually. And a Detective number 27, the very first story that was published that featured the first appearance of Batman. And, of course, the first appearance of the Joker. So that's Batman with Robin the Boy Wonder from the 30s to the 70s. But I also wanted to show you some of my, I do have a large collection of Batman comic books from the late 50s up until the modern age. But I want to show you some of the Brazilian, Portuguese comic books that I've collected over the years. First, I'll show you this one. This is the large format almanac. If you remember those big issues, reprints, and so on. So it features these stories: the Circus of Crime, the case that Batman never solved, the hatred of Carrasco, whoever that is, and A Hot Time in Gotham, and the Ghost of the Killer of the Skies. Anyway, so of course, that's Enemy Ace. Yeah, so there you go. This is the almanac sized Batman. I'll show you some of the old reprints. This is according to this, Batman number 68. I think this is the interior art for Batman number 109. This came out in, I believe, 1967. This story is called The Six Strange Detectives. I do read the language, so I felt comfortable in collecting these things over the years. This is from the Classics Illustrated, The Story of Jesus. And this is The Guardian of the 100 Cities. And we have The Ballad of Batman. These are reprints from different issues of Batman from both the 50s and 60s. And we have a Submariner. Now the artwork looks like Nick Cardy. Anyway, so there you go. That's Batman 68. And I'll show you some of the other ones. This is Batman. I think it's from Brave and the Bold. And it's Batman in color. That's the Green Arrow and Batman. artwork. That's Neil Adams. So there you go. That's that. Yeah, this is a low-grade copy because of that cutout and the snipping here. The story remains intact. So that's that. That's Batman in color. Here's another one. That's Batman with Sergeant Rock. So again, I got a low-grade copy. And it says, yeah, the artwork looks to be like, let's have a look. I don't know, but it looks to be like Joe Kubert, and I don't know who it is. The other, and this is of course the Challengers of the Unknown. The artwork is by Bob Brown. This part here, this is Jack Kirby. Okay, so that's that. And here's another low grade. Black and white. Yeah. Bob Brown, Joe Giella. And this is, the publisher was Eballs, which is Edições Brasil América Limitada. And they're the ones that had the rights, and they published Batman since the 1940s, actually. There you go. So that's Leaf from World's Finest. And here's another. Again, low grade detached cover. This one is not low grade. You'll recognize this. And this is a different publisher. This is Abril Jovem. And this is Ode a Pinguim. Neve e Gelo. So there you go. So that's that. And we have this one. And this is a fine copy. This is from 1984. And this is Man Bat and Batman. The artists are Dan Day and Pablo Marcos is the inker. Doug Monk is the writer. There you go. So that's that one. Now I'll show you the more of the Eballs, which I have a larger set of. Take this away. And they came in these almost digest size. This is Batman against Clayface. And this is number 17. Black and white. Story by Len Wein and artwork by Marshall Rogers, inks by Dick Giordano. Enjoyed reading these. So that's Batman sur Carte Barre 3. So then we have this one. This is number 32. That's number 17. Another black and white. This is a Christmas story. It says Noite Feliz, Noite de Mort. And the story is by Denny O'Neil. Art, Irv Novick and Dick Giordano inks. And it features a reprint story, another Christmas story. And art does look like, yeah, I'm not sure if it's Bob Kane. It looks like Bob Kane, but it's not sure. All right, so that's that, Batman number 32. And here's another Ebal. This is Batman number 7. This was in color. And this follows basically the story of, I think it's like the Maltese Falcon or something, if I remember correctly. The artwork is by Ernie Chua. And there's a Spectre story by Michael Fleischer and Jim Aparo. I think it's the origin story. I believe this is the origin story. So that's that one. And I'll show you some of the more modern ones. And these are also digest size. This is from, I believe it's Abril Jovem. And it's an anthology. So it collects both the Batman stories and the Catwoman stories. And it's basically the timeline follows is consistent throughout. They're interlinked stories. There you go. So that's that one. That's number 34. There's number 39. Vigilant Batman Vigilance Gotham. Vigilance the Gotham. And The Story Without End. Alan Grant and Mark Buckingham. So that's that one. This one I got from an order from Brazil. So it's 39. There's 38. The coloring is not that great in these. I don't know if the originals are any better, but the coloring is never that great in these. This is a Catwoman story from the Catwoman series. I think it's Jim Ballant who did the artwork. So that's Vigilance de Gotham. Here's another one of the Vigilance Gotham. This is number 37. Vigilance means the vigilantes of Gotham. It's a Batman Mark Buckingham story. And then you have, I think it's Catwoman follows. Yeah. Yeah, Jim Ballant did the artwork. So that's 37. 36. Vingança da Irmandade. Or as the Brazilians would say, da Irmandade. Well, there you go. So that's that. That's another Batman. It's 36. 35. And this is, the title here is Batman. This is Batman 35. It's not Vigilance Gotham. Yeah, these are, I would say, very good to find copies. Yeah, this is a Robin story. So that's for 35. There's 39 of Batman. Planeta Prisão. Planet Prison. And Catwoman of the Future, Jim Ballant artwork. And this is Robin of the Future. Planeta Infernal. And we have a Flash story. What's a DC comic without a Flash story? There you go. And this is number 38. Beautiful cover, actually, with that famous Jerry Robinson Joker card. And that's Doug Monk, Bob Hall, and Sal Buscema did the inking. Yeah, the color is kind of dark in these, but very readable, of course, if you can read Portuguese. So it's number 38. This is number 37. This is Balístico. Balístico. Ele não podia ter voltado em pior hora. He couldn't have come at a worse time. Yeah, he reminds me of that Bishop in the X-Men series. That's the owner of the house, Batman story. And here's a Robin story. So these are like 60 pages, digest-sized comic books. This is number 36, A Vingança da Irmandade, part 2 and the final. This is, again, Abril, or Abril Jovem, the company that has the rights to Batman currently, to publish them in Brazil. Here's Lady Shiva, whose first appearance is in Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter. And a Jim Ballant Catwoman story. That's 36. And we're back to the older ones. This is from Eballs. This is number 17, and that's Batman fighting the Riddler. And these are color. So it's detached cover. Yeah, Ernie Chan. And it features a Golden Age story. Double X. Okay, so that's that one. And we have this. This is O perigo vem em caixas pretas. And danger comes in dark boxes or black boxes. And there's your black boxes. Ernie Chua and writers David Reed. And the Golden Age story. Oh, and that's where Bruce Wayne nearly loses Robin. So that's that one. That's number 18. And I'll show you a digest-sized Batman. This is from the Nightfall series, and this is a thick copy. This is by Doug Monk, Mike Manley, and Jim Ballant. And this is when Jean-Paul Vallely takes over the mantle of Batman after he gets his back broken. Anyway, so there you go. This one I bought in Portugal. And it's from the Nightfall series. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is not a Brazilian. This is a Portuguese edition from Portugal. I don't know where I can see it. No, this is Ebal. This is Abril Jove. This is, sorry, Eballs, the original copyright owners of Batman in Brazil. So that's Ebal. And this is the precursor edition, Cidade Justiça e Batman, a Vitória de Bane. And this is where Bane breaks Batman's back. And I think that's Killer Croc. Give you a sense. There's the Riddler, Chuck Dixon, Doug Monk, Jim Aparo, artwork. All right, so that's that. Give you a sense. So, yeah, this is where Batman gets his back broken, and this is the part two. This is from the Nightfall series, all in one big thick volume. And I'll show you some Superman. So this is an early Superman. That's Jimmy Olsen. Superman. And it has a story where I'm not sure, but I think it's Wayne Boring who did the artwork. And a couple of Superman stories. But the most interesting one is this one, which is a retelling of his origin, plus a little bit of adding to the origin story. This is a fine copy of Superman. Okay, and I'll show you another one. This is another Superman. This is a 100-pager. And this is when he dons this lousy costume, actually. So 130 pages. So that's that one. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation of some of my Batman collections from Brazil, the Portuguese-speaking Batman comic books. So just to give you a sense of what they're like. And if you liked what you saw, just give me that thumbs up. And remember to feel free to make comments, and feel free again to subscribe. Thank you all for subscribing to my videos. Okay, thanks. Bye.